Hi guys, and welcome to the first episode of the team preview for Bakugan Battle Planet. This is a series where I will be showing you guys my team ideas for when the game launches. Now, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this heavy blanket and a... how do you call it in English? Crap! This beanie inside, it's because my heating isn't working and it's freaking cold. By the way, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for people in the future already. So let's get into it. Fury discard, what does that mean? Well, it's kind of easy. It's based on the Fury mechanic and the Sacrifice mechanic, which lets you discard cards and is mainly a Darkus ability, and while Fury is mostly a Pyrus ability. Now you're going to see the three team members. One is Gortion, the Pyrus version. It's the monkey Bakugan, the gorilla one. Then you have Mentanoid Ultra, the darkest one. That is for a reason you'll see soon. And then we got Sindius Ultra Pyrus as well. Cool mix of Bakugan, and I really like them. Now, Gortion is a 200 B power Bakugan with a damage of 4. These numbers aren't the biggest, especially the 200 B power is kinda low, but all of the discard cards have a lot of boosting power, so that 200 isn't going to stay 200 for most of the time. And the damage is 4, that is actually pretty good. The next one is Mentanoid Ultra, which has a base B power of 300 and a damage rating of 4. Now Mentanoid Ultra has a evolution card called, I think it's Hyper Mentanoid Ultra, that when you discard cards he gains 400 B power every turn, and he changes Mentanoid's base B power to 4 and his damage to 10, which is incredible. It's so powerful. Next one is Sindius Ultra. Now Sindius doesn't really have a real reason why he's in the team, because I haven't seen any of his Evo cards or cards that work with him really well, but I just really like him a lot. It's one of my favorite Pyrus Bakugan, and he has a base B power of 200, which is kinda low, just like on Gortion, same as well, but Sindius Ultra has a base damage of 6, which is pretty high, and considering the fact that he is an Ultra Bakugan and he can pick up more than one core, it's really good. Now, I've said it before, this is about Sacrifice and Fury. Now Sacrifice is a really easy ability. Usually it's the darkest one. It means the cards have an effect, but you can often use their sacrifice effect, which means if you discard a card you get the other effect that is on the card. So if you see a Tainted Touch, a 2 energy card, meaning you have to tap 2 energy, simple, but it has a base effect of +2 damage, which isn't that great for 2 energy, but its sacrifice effect is you may discard a card for 7 damage instead. Now that is really powerful, especially for the 2 energy cost it has. Then we also have Might of Night. It's also a 2 energy card, which gives your Bakugan Shadow Strike, which means, and this is what we currently know, that your Bakugan will not have its stats lowered during the battle. But it has a sacrifice effect of +5 as well. Now here we see Titan Mentanoid Ultra, which is a 5 energy card. You overlay it over your Mentanoid Ultra, making him evolving, which changes his base B power from 3 to 400 and his base damage from, what was it, 4 to 10. So that's really strong already, but when you discard cards you get +400 B power, which is a lot. Now this combos very well, in my opinion, with well, firstly with Bent and Dusk. Bent and Dusk is a hero card, and hero cards, for those of you that don't know, is a card type that if you play it, it stays on the field. Kind of, if you know Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like a continuous spell card. But here, Bent and Dusk says when you discard a card, the Bakugan gets 200 P power and plus 2 damage, which is really great since we'll be discarding constantly. And now we come to the Fury aspect. Now, Fury is mostly a Pyrus ability, and what it does is if you have no cards in your hand, these action cards or hero cards or whatever, they will give you strong effects, or yeah, just general good effects. Now here we have an example is Barbara Kuzo. It's Dan's mom. She's a hero card, and her hero effect is at the end of your turn, if you have no cards in your hand, draw a card. Now you can have multiples of these heroes on your field, and since we'll be discarding a lot of cards, it will most likely be the case that we have no cards in hand, and she will give you a certain amount of consistency. Because if you have no cards in yet, and let's say you have 2 Barbara Kuzas on the field, you'll draw 2 cards at the end of your turn, which is really good. And that's also where the Sifting Ashes cards comes into play. It's kind of a pot of greed, but also, well, it's a weaker version of Graceful Charity for you Yu-Gi-Oh players out there. You draw 2 cards, but then you discard 2 cards. Now this is also a way of getting consistency in your deck, but also to get cards out of your hand that you want for Titan Mantonoid Ultra, or for cards like China Riot, which is also a hero card, and her effect is, I think it is, don't attack me if I'm wrong, but she boosts the damage of your Bakugan, but you can play her for free if you discarded her. That's kind of like the cool thing between this Pyrus and Darkest thing, and I think it's a really fun way to duel. It's risky, like really risky, because sometimes you might get screwed because you can't get enough cards, or because you discarded wrong cards or whatever. But yeah, I really do kind of like this. I think that's about it what I want to say about it. So if you guys have any team ideas, or maybe anything we can change about this deck, just drop it in the comments below. I'm really excited to know if you guys have any teams that you have thought of. And I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas again, and Happy Holidays. Bye guys.